Welcome to this week's episode of In-Depth Outdoors.
Fish! That's a giant!
With James Holst and the rest of the IDO fishing team. On the water in search of the hottest bites.
Got him! Yeah! This is so much fun.
This is In-Depth Outdoors.
On today's episode, we're on Lake of the Woods pulling little rippers with Joel Nelson out in the basin, catching big walleyes. Stick around, you're going to enjoy the show.
First fish of the day, folks. Have no idea what to think. James, it's pretty rare we go out to our destination, pick a spot on the map, look at the graph, and lo and behold, there's fish all over the place.
Well, how's he feel there, buddy?
Oh, he won't be the biggest fish of the day.
Well, he might be, actually. The first fish of the day could always be the biggest fish of the day.
Well, there he is. That's not a bad fish.
That's not a bad fish. That one's wide across the net, Joel. We'll take that.
I'm sorry for doubting you, fish.
That is an awesome start to the day. Deep little ripper fish there. We're going to show you the color as soon as Joel lets that one go.
Beautiful fish.
You got him, buddy? Don't let him kick your hinder.
No, I won't. Oh, this fish is going to be happy about swimming away. Oh, plenty of spunk. Well, I tell you what, for the first fish of the day, folks, I'm not going to complain. Mid-20s, we'll take that all day long. So let's hook into another one, huh, James?
Well, what's your experience here? I know you do a lot of ice fishing here, but how about on open water? Have you spent a lot of time here?
I haven't spent the amount of time that probably you have on this body of water, open water, but I tell you what, open basin trolling like we're doing, the deep mud, this is a pattern that seems to be going strong all year long, or at least all summer long, and it's something that they capitalize it on the winter as well.
Well, it's not just Lake of the Woods. I mean, Mille Lacs Lake, Leech Lake, Winnie, any of these larger classic walleye fisheries in Minnesota and across the Midwest have this basin style bite where you get the largest walleyes in the system out over deeper water, roaming around on these flat bottom basins chasing bait fish. And you know, it just seems time after time, fishery after fishery, wherever we go, this is the dominant bite for big fish come midsummer.
There's bait fish out here, and plain and simple, that's what they're out here looking for, these emerald shiners, and a lot of our baits and patterns are trying to capitalize on that. So let's get out there and do it again.
There's fish.
Yeah, I saw him.
I'm not saying this is easy, but you know, you get two fish, you start to feel like things are coming together, particularly when it's so early on in a trolling run. I mean, we're really just getting started. We'll show you the little loop that we've run. Of course, we didn't start fishing until we had marked some fish. But given that this lake is 1 million+ acres, we're feeling awful fortunate that we're not having to spend an extended amount of time looking for that first bite.
May I unclip you?
Yes, would you please? Don't dump me. Got it? Awesome, thank you. You know, I don't have a lot to compare to because this is my first fish of the day, but feels right. And you know, the reason why crankbaits are such a natural solution to these basin fish is these fish will hit live bait, there's no question about it. But the problem is live bait forces you to fish a lot slower. You're just not able to cover the water you need to cover to put these baits in front of a lot of different fish. Because you know, you might mark 100 fish in a day, but really only a small number of those fish are feeding at any one time. So if you're forced to go slow fishing live bait, what ends up happening is you just don't put baits in front of enough active fish during the course of a day. Crankbaits really are the answer. You're able to cover a lot more water. Also, you're able to run more lines in many states. Minnesota, it's still just one line here per person. I'm just gonna lift this one. Keep the hooks out of the net. Come here, buddy. There we go. I'm not gonna keep this fish out of the water for very long. That's a nice eater there if we wanted to, but we'll let him go. And that's that deep little ripper. It's just a real nice size. It's not too big, it's not too small, but what it does bring to the party that makes it so unique is it dives very deep for its body size. This bait here on braided line can be fished down over 20 feet of water, 22, 24 feet with a lot of line out. There's not a lot of baits that size that can do that. So that's why we choose these out here. We don't want to run a lot of lead. We're running a segmented section of lead core, 3 colors to a 35-foot long braided leader on the lure end, And on the other side of the lead, we've got mono. And we'll explain more about that setup in the later on in the show. But that bait right there, got to get back in the water. You can't catch him there in my hand.
Hello, I'm Dave Markworth. I'd like to introduce you to the Skeeter Boat Center in Eau Claire, Wisconsin. At the Skeeter Boat Center, we carry the Midwest's largest selection of Skeeter fishing boats, all at prices you can afford. And we offer test drives on most models in stock. Our highly trained staff will provide you the personalized service that you deserve. So check us out at SkeeterBoatCenter.com, where our goal is to help you have fun fishing.
Got a fish?
Hey, yeah.
Ah!
Don't strip my clutch.
Loose string. Oh, there he digs. And no, that wasn't the wave taking the board under. That was the fish, all right.
If he's not 25 plus, it was the wave. Come on. Oh, look at this. You lost a...
Lost the clippy?
There. You ready?
Yep.
Woohoo! Just that easy.
You know, when you're working boards, that's usually the point where fish are lost, isn't it?
Yeah. Guys will pull an angle in the line,
Yep.
and they release the clip and then just let it go.
That and the reel guy isn't paying attention enough to take up the slack that the board guy is giving him. Oh yeah, this is a nettable fish.
Well, our two biggest fish have come on blue Hawaiian, so I think we're destined to see some more of those. Yeah, you kick, bugger. All right, not as big as your first, but I think it's big enough to make a switch.
Yeah, that chrome blue looks to be popular.
Here, you can get that out of the net.
Thank you, sir.
Probably a fish out there towards that 20-inch mark. Not a giant, but you know, you're gonna catch fish all across the size range here on Lake of the Woods. Of course, what brings us up here, the 28 plus. This is just a factory of big fish. You know, if you're gonna target big fish, you gotta have some like this in the system for years to come. Very nice.
Good work, James.
Nicely done. This is coming together real nice. Well, we've got 2 blue Hawaiian crankbaits out. And I think 3 of our bigger fish and the last 3 fish we've caught have come on this one rod. How you doing for speed? You're doing fine.
How's he feel, James?
It doesn't feel too bad.
I'll take care of that for you.
Awesome. You know, we come up here looking for 28s and 30s, but I'll take 20 to 25-inch fish all day long. Thank you.
Yep.
And he's not that big. I'm just gonna lift this one. No point in putting this one in a net. We're gonna release all of our fish today anyway, so if he was to fall off, that's not gonna be a problem. Here, buddy. You know, if I was gonna keep a fish, eat a fish, that would be the perfect size right there. So let him go. And this is that crankbait, blue Hawaiian. Got a little prism tape on the sides, blue on the back, and a little red on the belly. And it could be that color combination that's really tripping these fish right now, or it could just be just that perfect action on this crankbait. You know, you can buy 2 or 3 and they'll run straight in the water. They look similar to us, but you'll just have that one crankbait that just has that perfect vibration, perfect movement that really sets it apart from the rest. 130 foot back, Joel?
Yes, sir. And then out to 250 for the final.
There you be. Thank you.
No problem. You'll see me pulling the rod along the side of the boat here, checking for tuning on the crankbait. Now, James just caught a fish. And one thing you gotta do with these deep little rippers is just make sure that they're constantly in tune, that they're running true. They're not blowing out to one side or another. And if they are, go ahead and take a tool and adjust that eyelet a little bit to make sure that it's running true. And this one's doing what it should be doing, so I'm gonna go ahead and send it straight back. Hey, is that a rod?
Board
Yep.
rod?
Yep, board rod it is.
Awesome.
Oh yeah.
How deep do you have that one?
This one again was the board attached right where the lead core meets the mono.
Awesome.
Again, we got about 3 colors of that lead out, and for whatever reason, that that has been right at about where most of our bites are coming, at least as if it's blue Hawaiian.
What do you mean about? Exactly, right at 3 colors.
But again, only if it's blue Hawaiian. And on this rod.
Yep. That's the way it works. Not all crankbaits are created equal. I'm gonna get the net.
This fish is staying down. That's usually a pretty good sign. We just moved. We actually repositioned a little bit to an area that's got an interesting algae slick. It looks almost as if the clouds are passing under the sun and giving the water a different color, but no, that's not clouds, that's straight algae.
And it is a lot of it. Come on, you can do it. There we go. Got him?
Got it.
Boop. Yeah, that rod is just dominant.
Something about it.
We have 2 crankbaits, exact same bait on there. Same color, they both look to us like they run the same. We've caught 1 fish on the crankbait on this side, and I think maybe a half dozen, maybe more, and all of our bigger fish on that crankbait.
Definitely. I'm not gonna complain.
Come here, buddy. Get him on hook there. Nice fish, smaller than some of the ones we had earlier in the day. Of course, Joel's getting to have all the fun with the fish coming on that side of the boat. He's doing all the reeling, I'm doing the netting on hooking, but I'll be the guy that says goodbye. There you go, buddy.
This just in. Search now over for 1 suspect found hiding under a brush pile. Suspect was taken into custody and released this afternoon. Officials credit the apprehension to the new Markham underwater camera technology, which found and caught the suspect.
Markham has really taken the lead with their on-screen displays for temperature, depth, and direction, helping you get to the fish quicker.
In other news, a missing walleye was captured today, once again caught red-handed on a Markham camera. Stay tuned for more news from the Markham Underwater Network, where we seek, find, and capture the lake's most wanted.
There's fish. Okay, this is a very satisfying fish because we had those 2 crankbaits out there, exact same make, model, color pattern, everything, and only one's been catching fish. We've tuned it, we've played with it, just finally just broke out a brand new one out of the box, put it out there on that planer board. It hadn't been out there 5 minutes, and we hooked up. And this was on a rod that had kind of mysteriously been dead for, I'd say, over an hour. So just those little details, paying attention to which rods are getting hit, which baits are producing fish makes all the difference in the world, because now we're literally going to be able to double our production just by swapping a bait out, making sure that it was producing like the rest of the baits in the boat. Every time we hook up a fish, first thing we do is drop a waypoint. That way we can come back and reproduce. Come on, bugger. You know, this is one of those bodies of water. On a good day, you're going to catch dozens. They're going to be a wide spread of sizes. On a great day, you talk to guys that fish up here and do it a lot, you're talking 50, 60 fish with 8, 10 of them over 28 inches. I don't know, he's not a giant. There he comes. Thank you, sir. Awesome. And as you can see, exact same bait as we were using that's been so hot on that side of the boat. We had one out there, I mean literally, exact same bait, just was not producing. Something about it wasn't quite right. Did we damage it on one of those first fish we caught? Knocked it out of the tune where we couldn't quite get it back to where it needed to be? Doesn't matter. We figured it out. We got 2 crankbaits out there that are producing the same now. Do we have 3 of these baits? Or are we down to 2?
I think we're down to 2.
Well, that's our fault because we didn't buy enough. But gorgeous fish, and we'll start catching these now in numbers. It's really about putting the pattern together, getting all rods out there producing evenly. Let that fish go.
Good work, James. It's also about earning it. I mean, we've been moving around, switching up locations, baits, rods, doing a number of different things, and putting all those things together is definitely the difference between having a good day and a great day.
Well, we're here for great days.
Yeah. There's a fish.
What'd you get him on?
Ha! On the one we just
New
switched
bait,
to.
baby! Hey, we're equal opportunity fishermen here. We're fishing shad wraps, we're fishing thunder sticks. We've got the reef runners down there.
And this bait's literally, again, been out 5-10 minutes.
Yeah. We choose that good. Well.
Hey, it just shows you the value of constantly, again, switching that thing up, giving fish different looks with different baits at different depths even. I mean, At first, this bait was digging bottom so hard, we had to take it up a little bit.
Well, we've had everything but a true lunker today and a double. And given the wind and wave condition, I'll be all right without the double. I expect the giant.
Oh, it was just where he's hooked. He was hooked on that bottom jaw.
Yeah, let's just grab him. I have a pliers for you, sir. And that's a new bait, so make sure you show that one as well.
This fish, a lot of times when they get hooked either on the lower jaw or under the gill plate like that, their mouths open up quite a bit and it makes them feel quite a bit bigger than they actually are, but still a great fish to catch, a lot of fun.
You know, if you wanted to keep one, there you go.
And again, on that new bait, we're gonna drop this fish in the water and show that to you real quick.
That is a Thunderstick Max Flash.
And you see why they call it the Max Flash. Every time I hit it towards the sun, it's darn near blinding.
Yep, nice rattle to it, real good action.
And obviously a huge lip.
Yep.
Gets you down deep to where those fish are just off the bottom here. Back it's gonna go. Fish on the board.
Oh yeah.
As one goes out, one comes back in.
We're whopping them now. I love it. You know, we've been on a pot of, I won't call them small fish, but smaller fish. I think all but one would have been a legit eater. And you know, I think we had that one that was a little over 20. That's too big to keep here on Lake of the Woods. But we're definitely in a group of fish where if we wanted to keep a few limits, we definitely could, and pretty quick. And this is gonna sound a little strange to a lot of walleye guys, because walleye are so good to eat, but if we stay on this group of fish and we don't start moving some 22, 25-inch fish, we're gonna move. Because we come up here, we really do have one goal in mind. We're looking for that 30-inch fish, and very often you'll get on a school of 18 to 20s, and what you won't see are those bigger fish. So, hey, if you enjoy catching a bunch of 2 to 3 pounders, stick with it, have a blast. But if your goal is to find a big fish, you're gonna have to leave those smaller fish to get on them. I'm gonna say he's probably about that 20-inch class.
Perfect.
There's just been a slug of them here. I mean, we've got 2 short little passes here and 3-4 fish a pass. Right now he feels like he's gonna be kind of a lifter.
Like James said, it's so hard. There's that rule, don't leave fish to find fish, but it's not the case here. When you're catching fish, especially like right now, we're really starting to dial in the bite. But hey, we might have to move if they're not gonna be the size class we're looking for.
You know, a lot of the times that'll come down to what the forage is in this general area. Maybe the minnow size or the quantity of food available is suitable for a 20-inch fish, but not a 28. So those little patterns, little habitat changes, a lot of times can make the difference between a 3-pounder and a, hey, I'm looking for a 10. I just scoop him, Joel.
Gotcha.
There's that hot bait again. These are just perfect eaters. You know, generally speaking, up here, you can expect 18-inch fish. Real common, be able to limit out on, what is it, 4 up here, Joel?
Yeah, I believe it is.
They're so well proportioned up here in Lake of the Woods. Everything from the smallest fish in the lake to those true trophies are eating so well. They're just fat, and it's great to see. Back you go. Definitely a healthy system when you look down in the water and you just see algae and bugs. I mean, it's kind of a soup.
Not to mention the occasional fish coming up.
Yes, the occasional fish.
Another long, cold winter got you down? Plan your next summer vacation with Rainy Lake Houseboats today and watch those winter blues fade away. Experience beautiful Rainy Lake in Voyageurs National Park in northern Minnesota from the deck of one of our spacious houseboats. Recharge while touring the lake or fishing for trophy walleye and smallmouth bass. You can get away from it all without giving up the comforts of home. Call us today at 1-800-554-9188 or visit us online at RainyLakeHouseboats.com.
Hello, I'm Dave Markworth. I'd like to introduce you to the Skeeter Boat Center in Eau Claire, Wisconsin. At the Skeeter Boat Center, we carry the Midwest's largest selection of Skeeter fishing boats, all at prices you can afford. And we offer test drives on most models in stock. Our highly trained staff will provide you the personalized service that you deserve. So check us out at SkeeterBoatCenter.com, where our goal is to help you have fun fishing.
Another fish on the boat rod. Coming up. What do you see?
I see a big old mouth and about a 25-inch walleye.
That doesn't get old. Oh, look at that.
Here he comes.
Where's the bait?
It's all the way in his mouth. Nice. Oh, what a fish.
Woo! Wow. That is what you call inhaled.
Well, the nice thing is the hooks don't get stuck in the net, right?
Oh my goodness.
Whew.
I'm gonna need a pliers on this one.
Here you go. Yeah, you do.
Woo, woo. Oh. Absolutely beautiful fish, James, that again just engulfed that bait. I'm looking for more of the same. We're gonna have to put some more of that gold black on, huh?
Absolutely, it's magic right now. Okay, if this isn't a snag, this is a good fish. Much better than that last one. Oh my.
Feeling good, huh?
Yeah, it popped the back release already and just dragging heavy. You know, we've been on a bit of a run of 18, 19, 20-inch fish, which is, you know, hey, no problem here with that. But we're a little overdue for a bigger fish. Yeah, that rear release is popped already. Got it. Thank you.
Got him?
Yep, sure do. Yeah, nice fish. I don't think he's a giant. Just not getting that massive weight feeling yet. Just from the size of the head shakes, I'd say he's probably in that 5-pound range.
Gotcha.
I don't care how big he is. He's a fighter. I'm here, sweetheart. This pink lemonade is responsible for fish by the 100-pound weight here. I just don't, I mean, he's just fighting like an animal, but I don't think that he's gonna be 4 or 5 pounds. There he is. Oh, that's a big girl. Come here, sweetheart.
Don't do that. I don't like
Stay
it.
hooked. Yes. Well done. Whew. Come here, baby. There you go. Get you free.
Wow.
Yeah, look at that.
Oh.
You know, a half dozen of those in a day, that's all right. You know what? I think we'll just let this fish go real quick. No need to stress him out. What a gorgeous fish. Off you go. Awesome.
Good work, buddy.
Oh yeah. Awesome. All right, I gotta tell you what, Joel. There's very few times in my life that I can remember where I've hit the rev limiter on the number of fish I want to catch in a day. I'm done. I've had so much fun today. I mean, really, you have to really think for a long time to come back to a day of fishing where you catch this many fish. I'm gonna let this fish go real quick. So, you know, here's the deal about this bite. It's not just a Lake of the Woods bite. It's so universal. Mille Lacs, Leech, Winnie, any of the larger body of waters that you typically think of as classic walleye lakes, they're gonna have this pattern. And if your Lindy rig bite or your spinner rig bite slows down sometime in June on your favorite body of water, you need to try this. You're gonna catch a lot of big fish. And it's really quite simple. From both Joel and I, we hope that some of the information we've shared with you today, come on over here, Joel. Let's say goodbye to the good people. We hope a lot of the information that we've shared today will help you enjoy this pattern. It's one of those patterns where you can count on catching a lot of fish, but a lot of big fish too. So, Joel, I'm spent, man. That is about as much fun as I've had.
I'm waving the white flag too, buddy. I can't take much more of this.
We've got fish in the well. Let's go back to Adrian's. Let's see what they can do with some fillets. So, from Joel and I, thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.
If you enjoyed today's show, let our sponsors know.